This is the MBA Wire with Mateo Chang, episode 10. Toto, I've got a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Inspirational MBA talk with successful alumni to motivate you during your application run. We go behind the scenes of every story, talk business, and show you why it's worthwhile to never give up on your MBA dream. And now, here's your host with the most, Mateo Chang.
What's happening, citizens of the Wire? Welcome back to yet another episode of the MBA Wire. Today, I have a very special returning guest, Aline Camargo. She was here with us a few episodes back talking about her MBA journey into Chicago booth. And today, she's returned onto another interview to talk about what to expect once you've been accepted. Aline, thank you so much for coming back.
Hello again.
Hello again. Yes. This time around, we've heard your story, their struggles and your challenges. I mean, we can touch back on them again today too. But the focus of this interview today is to talk about what people should expect once they've been accepted. Once you've gotten that call. That, I guess the school calls you, right, and say, hey, look, guess what? You're in. What happens afterwards, Could you give us a brief rundown, and then we'll just go from there?
Okay. I'm going to talk about my personal experience that it's with Chicago booth. I don't know about the other schools, but with Chicago, after the admissions call, you can expect a call from a current student and from alumni because they are very proactive in this part. And
well, they call you?
They call you to congratulate you. And they do a very good work on explaining to you about the school, about the post-MBA, about the pre-MBA challenges, and it's very nice. And I think it's very important because it helps you to get back on track. Because after the first call, you're like, wow, now I'm admitted. Wow, yay!
You're walking on cloud 9.
Yeah, party all the time. Wow, lots of nights studying. Now I only care about parties, and I'm going to enjoy life again. Life is beautiful again. And then they call you. They explain about the school. It's very nice. They help you to solve some doubts if you haven't made your mind about the school yet. Mm-hmm. So it's very, very nice.
In your case, you had made up your mind.
Yeah, I only applied to Chicago.
You only applied to Chicago. That was it. Yeah, for you listeners who didn't get a chance to listen to our episode with Aline, she applied only to Chicago, and she actually applied twice. She had gotten waitlisted the first time around and did not make it, and she stuck with it. She kept going. She did not give up, and the second time she's been accepted, so Chicago was the right place for you, right? Yeah, okay. So now that you've made your decision, then what's the next step?
Well, first, they said after the call, they send you an email with all the documents. You have to send them. You have to send the official transcripts. If you haven't sent your official scores yet, like TOEFL scores, GMAT scores, they send you an email with all the steps. You get to join the student portal. You get your lifetime MBA, your lifetime Chicago booth email address, which
nice.
is like, wow. and they give you all the steps. So when you log in the portal, you have like a manual for, if you want to rent an apartment in Chicago, go to studentspace.com. That it's a website that the realtors help the students. And you're going to send them a letter from your doctor saying that you have had all the vaccines and this health documentation. Then you have to apply for the visa, which is only you can only apply to your student visa 180 days before the start of the class.
180 or 120?
120, sorry.
Okay, 120 okay.
days. And then they give you all this, and they give you advice on how to planning your pre-MBA, how to financing your MBA. They even send to you, they even give you some advice on, you're going to have math and microeconomics and macro. You're going to have economics class, like microeconomy and macroeconomy and math. Here is some tests. We encourage you to take you this test. And if you don't have, satisfactory result, we encourage you to look for some pre-MBA courses, and they give you some guidelines for your pre-MBA.
So, okay, so they want you ready to be able to watch the classes.
Yeah, it's like hit the ground running. When you're there...
when you get there, you just got to go.
Yes.
And so they check up on you. They make sure, okay, so what I understand is they sent you a package full of information, all the information, all the documentation that you need as far as your visa, housing, financial aid, health issues, and then also some of the course packet or as part of the syllabus, so that you're acquainted with the level of material that you will be encountering at the MBA, just to make sure you're up at that level. And then if you're not, you should always definitely look for some way to get some reinforcement, strengthen your abilities in a specific area that you feel lacking. Go on. What else?
Yeah, there are some pre-MBA courses online. There's some on campus. So they say to you, if you're not comfortable with your accounting basis, we encourage you to look for these courses, blah blah blah. Or if you're not comfortable with your math basis, we encourage you. Yeah, and after that we also have to decide where I'm gonna live. They give you some instructions like, some students decide to live at the Hyde Park, which is where University of Chicago is. Or some students prefer to live in the Loop in Chicago, which is close to another Chicago booth building. And you have to decide that to look for apartment. You have to have your budget. Okay, how much I intend to spend on rent. And you get to know, they send you an email with the email address of all the other admit Brazilian students. So we get in touch, we get in touch, and we become friends already. So you know the people who is going to be there with you. Okay,
so you know all the students that were accepted from Brazil.
We have a WhatsApp group.
Nice.
It's a chat, and it's nice because everybody's helping each other. For example, in my case, it was very helpful because I have a friend there. He's a newly admitted, as I am, and he said in the group, "Oh, hey guys, did you see that Tom is getting out of Star Alliance, and the only direct flight you have from São Paulo to Chicago is from United, that is a Star Alliance member. So guys, if you have like how can I say milhas?
Oh, you have mileage,
if you have mileage of Star Alliance, you better run to get your ticket like today." So this is what happened to me. I was like, oh my God, all my mileage are from Tam, and I need the flight. Okay, so I went there. We kind of help each other in the process.
Nice.
It's nice.
Oh, you guys are all on the same journey, right?
All of you guys. We're all together.
All together.
It's kind of the new family.
Yeah. Have you guys met?
Yeah, a lot. We kind of have once in a month gatherings.
Okay.
And it's very nice because we get to meet everybody, and we finally understand what fit means.
Yeah, we're fit. We talked about it in the episode.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's because they are going to be your best friends for the next 2 years. So.
Yeah, Hopefully for maybe the rest of your life.
Yeah,
too. I
a
mean,
minimum the next few years. We know that we are like the new BFFs.
the new BFFs. Yeah, it has to. You said the right thing. Minimum of 2 years. You know, you guys are going to be together.
Yes.
And so let's go into the housing ideas. What did you look for in housing? What was your criteria, and then how did you figure that out?
At first I thought that I was going to live alone. I was looking for studios, but I always wanted to live in the Loop in Chicago. That it's close to. I don't know if I can say downtown because it's close to the river and it's close to the Millennium Avenue. Michigan Avenue. That is where everything happens.
Okay.
And
that's where everything happens.
Yeah, it's kind of one of the most important avenues in Chicago, and has a lot of shops, a lot of restaurants, and it's very nice.
Nice.
And because I thought that Hyde Park was far, and on weekends it was going to be difficult to meet people, so I knew that I wanted to live there, and I saw the price for studios and 1 bedroom, and I met a friend, a new Brazilian admit here, and we said, okay, what do you think about sharing? Okay, let's share. And when we start looking for the apartment together, we haven't decided yet because we went to the admit weekend on April. And we visit some buildings, and we have to decide, for example, is laundry in the apartment important, or it has to be 2 bathrooms, and 10 minutes walk from the subway, and in Chicago it's the metro. Okay, does it have the pathway that it's kind of
it's like a covered connecting.
Yeah, it's a underground passage that takes you from your building to the metro. Because in Chicago it is important because it's very cold, and 10 minutes walking in São Paulo is something, and
it's
10 minutes walking in February in Chicago, it's a whole different thing. And we have to decide that, and there's a building that it's all apartments that you decide everything, and you can arrange everything in the building because there's a realtor there talking to everybody. But there's also a very nice building that are condos, and you have to talk to the owner of the apartment, and you have to check the vacancy. So we are almost done in that.
Wow. Okay. So it sounds like it's an entire process on its own. Is to get housing, to find an apartment, find where you want to be located.
The minute, I guess now we get a lot of emails from second year students that are coming back or moving out. They say, I have apartment here, everything, all appliances, all furniture included. And you also have this possibility. You can buy your furniture like secondhand, and there's also a lot of things that we have to
That's amazing. Well, yeah, because I mean, you don't want to have to go. You're gonna buy something new.
Yeah, IKEA it is.
Yeah, yeah. Spend a lot of money on buying new things. I think it's great that you say that. I didn't know that second students. They basically kind of sell their stuff back to the people who are going in today.
Yes.
Nice. Now,
they send you emails with pictures and spreadsheets like, okay, if you buy the whole furniture, I give you all my kitchen appliances for free. Because we have to. The moment you say, okay, I'm going to the MBA, yay, you have no idea that you're going to arrive in a place that has nothing. Mm-hmm. You don't have a bed. You don't have pillow.
Yeah.
You don't have a plate, not even glasses. So this is something that we have no idea at the beginning.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't take your things here. I mean, from here to the United States.
Yeah, because if you want to take, you're not taking things from Brazil to there because it's going to occupy space in your luggage that you're saving for coats and clothes and shoes.
For all the necessities.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting because I mean that's a whole. You're moving to another country, right? I mean, it's a whole new adventure. It's a whole new life.
Yes.
You're starting it over. Now, just out of curiosity, I wanted to go back and ask: did you opt for an apartment with a laundry in the house or with a laundry downstairs? Which one did you choose?
Well, we haven't decided. This is something very important for my roommate. So
Okay.
she really wants the apartment with the laundry inside. For me, honestly, it's okay. If it is inside, it's okay. If it's not inside, it is okay too. But the apartment that has because there's a building in Chicago that's called MPP, Millennium Park Plaza, that most of the students live there. But there's also other buildings, Shoreham and Tides. They are a little more expensive, and some students prefer to live there because it's quieter, and you have some benefits. For example, at Tides in Shoreham, the laundry is inside the apartment, and they have a very nice gym. They have the amenities are very nice, and this is some you have to do the math. What matters the most to you? Like, what is more important? I want a nice gym. I want laundry in the apartment. Electricity is included. The heat is included, but it will cost you a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't care. I want to. I'm conscious that I'm a student again. I'll be okay. You have the summer, but you're gonna be 2 years spending money, not making money.
Right.
So it all depends on your mindsets.
Yeah, and how different is that for you? I mean, most of our listeners are international students, so the housing situation in each country is completely different. And like in Brazil, housing. When you think of housing, you think of one thing. How is that cultural shift? Learning about housing in the States, and how's that affected your?
Yeah. For example, here in São Paulo, we rent the apartment and nothing is included. You have to pay for your condo bill, and you also pay for your electricity and other stuff.
Gas
and there, for example, when you rent the apartment, because they say like they're apartments and condos, but when you go to the apartments, if your I don't know, if your lamp's broke or
burned
out, there's a guy in the building that go fix for you.
Huh.
Everything, of course, that it's included in the rent, but the buildings are very, very nice, very, very nice. You have nice amenities. All the utilities are included. You even have cable and internet included in your rent.
Wow. So nothing is separate. It's all one package price. And
yeah, it depends on the building, but mostly you get all included.
Okay, now it's just a matter of whether or not we have laundry in the house or downstairs.
Yeah. And okay, well, and how much do I want to spend?
Yeah. Yeah, well, back in San Diego in college, I lived in an apartment condo with the laundry outside of the house. It was only, I'd say, a few buildings down, right? That wasn't too bad because, in the laundry room, you get to meet your neighbors who are also all college students. And, it's pretty nice. But now, in that sense, if you're thinking Chicago, snowy weather, very cold.
And it's also during your MBA, you're not undergrad anymore.
Yeah.
And when you're an undergrad student, you're like, wow, math is fun. But when you're during your MBA, you're like, you're already a graduate student. You have some things to worry about, like, you're concerned about your recruiting, and you have lots of things to study. Of course, there's a lot of parties, a lot of fun things, but you are a more mature person than you are.
I don't know. I was saying, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I get it. You're older at least.
You're older.
You're older. You're not 20 anymore. You're almost 30. So sometimes some things that didn't bother you back when you're 20s.
Now
when you're 20, you're in 20 somethings. When you're almost 30, some things starts to bother you. So
true. That's true.
It all depends. I think it's very personal.
Yeah.
It's very personal.
Yeah. So whether or not you choose to decide to live with a roommate or not, also, that's something that you really have to consider and to think about. Wow. And that's a lot of I think it's a lot of decision making in such a short amount of time for you, right?
Yeah.
A lot of decision making because this is going to dictate your next 2 years.
Exactly.
You know, what happens if you, I don't know, decide to go with a roommate and then, you know, halfway through.
Yeah, this is what happened to me actually, because I decided to live with a roommate that I met as soon as I was admitted, and then we met a lot of another girl, and we said, okay, let's live in a 3-bedroom apartment. And when we were all, wow, that's nice. Let's live together, the 3 of us, okay. And when we went to Chicago, we saw that it's not that easy to find a 3-bedroom apartment, and you're not going to be saving much more money than living only with than 2 persons. The 2-bedroom, it's not too much cheaper than the 3-bedroom.
Right.
So okay. So what am I going to do? And I was there with one of my roommates, my future roommate, and he said, "Well, we have to find a 3-bedroom apartment." And in the middle of this way,
the search.
One of the girls said, "Hi guys, I know I said that I was going to live with you, but I'm sorry. I guess I'm gonna live alone because I'm gonna be my friend. My cousins will be visiting me often, and I think it's better for me to live by myself." And we were like, oh, okay, we're sad to lose you, but we're happy because it's much easier to find a 2-bedroom apartment than 3-bedroom.
True. So things worked out at the end there.
Yes.
Yeah. You mentioned an admit weekend. What's that about?
Well, I guess most of the schools has it, but admit weekend at Chicago is a weekend. They prepare the admissions, and current students prepare to receive the new admit students and to help the undecided ones to
make their decision
and to finally meet the school, because there's some parties and you meet the students, all the admit ones. You get to know the clubs, the career services, how to finance your MBA, the visa process. There's a housing tour. It's very interesting.
Wow. So they give you basically like a crash course on what to, you know, what you're going to see when you get there.
They explain how the school works, how is the bidding process for courses, and also the other students prepare some non-official activities like the Thursday night drinking club, and you get to know the lifestyle.
Wait, bidding for classes? Yeah. What is that about?
In Chicago, it's like you don't have they have a flexible curriculum.
Okay.
Where you get to choose your courses from the very beginning. You don't have mandatory courses. Only one mandatory course, that it's a leadership course. The other ones, you get to build your own curriculum. You are the owner of your path.
Okay, nice.
I'm not very. Next year, I may give you more important information about this because I've never done this before. But they give you like an amount of points, and you bid. Like for this class, I'm gonna give like 200 points.
Okay.
And
like an auction for the classes.
It's like an auction.
Okay. So I get it.
Because all because of the school backgrounds of the efficient market theory.
Yeah, yeah.
All this background in famous economists and
Well, that's
free
interesting because
markets.
that way they also get to control, like, make sure that you don't have all the students wanting the same exact class. And
Yeah. The first time I saw this, it was, oh my god, I'm never gonna get the courses I want because I don't know how it works. And I talked to the other students, the current students and second year students. They said, oh no, it's okay. They give you like guidelines. For example, this course usually people give like 200 to 400 points. So if you bid with this amount, you're fine. It's an efficient way, and I was afraid, but they said everybody gets all they want, so
okay,
there's no worry about it.
Okay. It's just I guess it's their way to check how how you prioritize which classes. Okay, interesting. Now, at this admit weekend, do you see like clubs and?
Yeah, there was two fairs. One about the clubs related to careers, and the other day was one related to a fair about clubs related to extracurricular activities. For example, there was at Korea there was a real estate club, investment bank club, private equity and venture capital club, all clubs related to careers. And the other day there was clubs like public speaking clubs or Jewish club or running club, tennis club. And it's funny, and it's funny because in our group of class of 2016, there was no dance club, and there was a new admit, and he said, "Oh, guys, I'm so frustrated. There's no dance club. Let's create a Chicago Booth Dance Association." Okay, so we created a new club. We're not even there, and we already have a new club.
You got nice. What have you decided? Which clubs you're gonna go to?
Well, I'm not sure because some clubs you have to pay, and some clubs that's okay. I'm going to be part of the private equity and investment banking club.
Okay.
And there's one very nice that is Epicurean club that people get to meet, to find different cuisines and try different tastes and related to food and drinking.
Nice.
There's the wine club too. That's very nice.
That's the one that are you joining?
Yeah, I think so. And there's also one that's nice. That's called Chicago Booth Follies. That it's a club related to entertainment, like dance and arts and movies, and it's booth follies. Everything you can do, anything you want related to cultural activities.
So then you're going to participate in that one too. Theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you listeners, Aline, she is passionate about theater. She musicals. Yeah. She actually participated in a musical just recently called Hairspray. Yeah. Is there any video or anything that we can watch? We can listen to people watch online? No?
I think there's some on YouTube, like a summary.
Okay.
Best moments.
Best moments.
Yeah, it's the theater group is called Team Broadway. And I guess if you type on YouTube Team Broadway, a lot of videos will show up.
Team Broadway. TIM Broadway.
Teen, like teenager.
Oh, Teen Broadway. Teen Broadway. Okay. So how long before you think you're gonna make it to Broadway?
Well, I went to when I went to the admit weekend, I saw a play in Chicago, The Sound of Music, and then I went to Broadway. I saw another one, so maybe I'll do my summer internship at Broadway.
Nice. The Sound of Music. That is an amazing movie, a musical.
I love it.
Oh yeah, no, that's great.
These are a few of my favorite things.
These are a few. Okay, nice. I was actually watching that movie this last week because it's I don't know. It's a great movie. I had my son there watching with him together. So what else can you tell me about this admit weekend? How was that? I mean, did you get to meet a lot of alums?
Well, not alum. In the first.
It's second year students.
Second year students.
Okay, second year students.
In the first event, that was a cocktail, opening cocktail at the Glitcher Center in Chicago. David Booth was there.
Wow.
And David Booth is an alumni, I don't remember from which year, but he donated $300 million to the school.
Yes.
And it was very nice to see a very important alumna.
Of course.
And it was nice. But the other days, we met mostly students and admission staff.
Okay. So how many students will there be in your class?
I guess...
Roughly, just a rough number.
The class of 2016, I guess, is around 600 students.
Wow. 600 students.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
Like a lot of new friends, great networking. How is
Yes.
this networking so far?
Well, it's funny because I think that from the admission till now, I met a lot of people. And because we get to meet not only the current admitted students, but also the students you met in the process, and also a lot of alumnum that calls you and you get in touch. People that have worked with, they have similar careers with yours, and they call you to. It's very, and it's like, okay, you know that you want to work with, okay, I'm going to venture capital. I don't know. Okay, you know you want to work with private equity. And you know a current student that recruited in private equity. And he said, okay, if you want to work, I talked to two. I'm going to give you my example. I said that I wanted to work. I was thinking about working with investment banking. And I met an alum, and he said, "Oh, you're planning to work with investment banking? I have 3 friends from Chicago that works with investment banking. I'm gonna send them an email and introduce you." So this happens a lot.
Wow.
With all careers you
choose.
choose. I even have friends that got pre-MBA internships because of the alumnum.
So the alumni actually help you get placed
Yes.
into different jobs and
Yeah,
internships. Wow.
I have a friend that the guy who interviewed her, she said about her career plans after the MBA. The guy interviewed her, then she got admitted, and he called her. He said, "Oh, remember you said that you wanted to work with this? I know some people that are working for a person to work with the same thing you want, and you can try to do a pre-MBA internship there."
Huh.
And it helped.
Wow. So I guess it's just, I think you mentioned this the last interview, but you said that once you're accepted, like the doors open wide, just wide open. I mean, everything just kind of starts flooding in.
Yeah.
Isn't it overwhelming sometimes? Or?
Yeah, it's very overwhelming. It's like, wow. And you just, for example, there's a place, there's someone that works in a place that you want to work, and the guy, and that there's a guy from Chicago. Cold call all the time. He said, "Hi, I'm a new admit at Chicago booth, and I know, can we meet for coffee or something?" Okay. And they say, okay. It's like all the doors are open for you.
Wow. That's great. That's great that there's so much support that you get
Yeah.
from everybody. That sounds very exciting. Now, have you started any type of financial aid, or are you going to go for that?
Well, I applied for, I know that here in Brazil, there are 2 types of scholarships, that the Fundação Estudar and the Instituto Ling.
Okay.
I applied to both, and I'm in the process yet. And the other thing, I'm gonna get the financing from the school. And I know that they give scholarships for the best students in the second year. I'm gonna study a lot in order to try to get some.
Okay. Nice. Okay, so there's 2 ways to do it from here, and then there's also financing from the school as well. Nice. What else is going on then now after this approval? What else has been kind of going crazy for you?
Well, now I'm starting the visa process, and I have to get a new passport and go after the visa. I
Paperwork.
have to decide where to to live.
Well, what about your apartment here? What happens to your apartment?
Well, I have a roommate here, and her sister is coming from her MBA, so she's going to be in my place.
Oh, wow. So that worked out right.
Yes, perfect timing.
Perfect timing. What did she do? What MBA did she do?
MIT.
MIT. Okay, so she's coming back.
Yeah.
She's going to fill in your spot here.
Yeah, my roommate is from HBS, and her sister is coming from MIT. It's very
Nice. Nice. So what's that like? Living with somebody from HBS and,
well.
You
We
go to
were friends
Chicago?
before because we met in college,
uh-huh.
and she really helped me during this whole process. Even though I didn't apply to HBS, she really helped me because she applied to Chicago too. So it was
Oh,
nice.
nice. So that's good that you had that support as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of students when they're about to leave, they have to figure out where what they are going to do with their furniture, and with their with their apartments, and at least for you, that's one less thing to really worry about, right?
Yes. Well, I still have some furniture there that I have to see what I'm going to do with that, but I don't have to worry of giving back my apartment or trying to get someone to be in my place. This is good.
That's good. That's definitely good. So when does school start for you?
September 8th,
September 8th.
orientation week.
Orientation week. And when are you going to go to the US?
August 17th.
Okay, so a few weeks before school starts.
Yeah, we're planning a trip to Los Angeles with
LA.
some friends that were admitted to. Chicago has a trip that it's called Random Walk.
Uh-huh.
That the new admits they signing for this trip to very different places like Nepal, Jordan, Vietnam, China, South Africa, Peru. There's a lot of places, but we couldn't go this time because it's kind of it's not cheap,
Okay.
and we
You're on a
were
budget, right?
yeah, we're
You're
on a budget,
student
and we're planning a lower cost trip. So this is why we're
Well,
going to.
LA is fantastic. I grew
Yeah.
up in LA. Definitely stop by San Diego if possible because it's beautiful there. And then, I don't know, you guys can drop by Las Vegas too. Have you been to Las Vegas?
No, it's my first time. We're planning like
nice.
Las Vegas, Grand Canyon, something like that.
Ah, great. Great. No, that's just fantastic because it's good. It's good to check out the other coast. I'm going to be doing the East Coast next year and kind of go around checking out all the cities there. So that sounds exciting. Well, Aline, I really want to thank you for your time with us here. Thanks so much for...
Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah.
It's very nice to be here again.
Yeah, thank you. No, but it's just so much information out there. I'm just so happy to be able to be part of this kind of a initiative to help students through their MBA process. Thank you for being part of this. And I wish you the best possible MBA when you get there. Don't forget about us here.
Next year I can give you an interview about how was my first year.
Okay, yeah.
People are going to get tired of me.
Yeah, no, they will never get tired of that. They'll never. I mean, these are the kind of things that we all the type of information that we all wish we knew, right? I mean, if I was someone who was doing the MBA process, this is kind of the questions that I would have. So, I'm glad that you're so available to share this information with us. But yes, definitely enjoy your MBA. Enjoy your time there, and maybe definitely have future interviews together. Thank you. So that's it for today, citizens of the Wire. Thanks again for listening in on this episode. All this information and more on the website at www.thembawire.com. Come visit us. give me some feedback, send me your questions, and we will see you next time on the MBA Wire.
Thanks for tuning into the MBA Wire. Would you like to know more? Visit us online at thembawire.com today and leave your questions and feedback. While you're there, sign up for an exclusive free audio series to help you strengthen your MBA interview. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on the MBA Wire.